Hey guys, HuzzyGames bringing you another video. And welcome to another POV commentary. And if I seem a little bit more sprier, it's because I am. So obviously, that's my phone. I'm back. So each day I've been recording one POV commentary, and that's been the main video. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. I've actually been getting really good feedback of it. But I will just say I had a really good night's sleep last night. I woke up feeling a lot better. I'm still not 100%, don't get me wrong, but my voice is nearly there. It's still a little bit croaky and hard, but to talk all the time. But I'm feeling more like myself, which is nice. So I'm hoping today's Wednesday. This is going to be today's main video. Tomorrow stream Thursday. I'm hoping I'll be kind of back to normal. Hilariously, you in a few days' time will get a few commentaries with me being the start of me being sick, because I recorded some live commentaries at the beginning of me being sick. It's weird how the timeline exists, but yeah, again, it was because I had a mixture of POV commentaries to record, and then hopefully it's been fine. But yeah, thanks by the way for the feedback of these. I will say, moving forward, obviously I am a live commentary channel, but I think I am gonna do some POV commentaries moving forward, and like maybe one stream a week is a bit more of a try-hard session that I'm not trying to live commentate at all, and I will make those good games from a try-hard session into POV commentaries, because I think I could be a lot more educational in these games, because again, I'm not playing live, right? And I'm not distracted even by Twitch chat and stuff like that, you know. I never stream when I record these, so it's very concentrated. Let's get into it though. We're playing Swain. So Swain is a champion that I do actually believe is underrated to a certain degree. I don't think, you know, he's not hyper carry status, but if people don't play correctly, Swain actually can be a really big problem. So many people do not understand the mechanic of run away from a Swain. So just to make it very clear, Swain got an update with his ultimate that he could have, like Olaf, they had the update at the same time, an indefinite ultimate. So Olaf CC immunity, Swain going demon chicken. If you don't play correctly to avoid a situation, you in essence are prolonging what they can do. So with Swain, if he is still sucking you, the big AoE circle, if he's getting that suck, he is prolonging his ultimate. So the way that you beat... Oh, again, sorry. The bit thing happened. I streamed these games. I got very confused then. I streamed these games, but I'm not live streaming now. Yeah, in essence, how to beat a Swain. Obviously, if you've got insane burst, sure, but a lot of the time people don't have an insane burst, especially in like early to mid game, level 6, level 7, level 8, etc. You have to run away from him. Like, that is the first and foremost thing. Don't extend fights with a Swain. You know, you're just letting him get stronger and stronger. And obviously the synergy with Conqueror, letting it stack, it works really, really well. So this game in particular, it is worth knowing. The enemy Malz that I'm against, maybe not too surprising, but is not a mid lane player. He is a jungle player. You can see his summon name is Gankalot or something like that. The reason why he gave up his jungle position is the Hecarim on the enemy team is a Hecarim one-trick. The opponent, the Gankalot person, they are a jungle main, but they're not a one-trick. And again, that's, for some people, they will give a one-trick their role, because a one-trick without... You know, it's the reality we're in. A one-trick not on their role is a lot more useless than anything else. So this not being a one-trick player, this Malz, they will be a little bit more comfortable going mid lane than a Hecarim one-trick would be, you know? But obviously what they've done is picked Malzahar. So I respect it. Again, be smart when you're auto-filled, no matter what. You know, like even myself, when I'm being on a role that I've not played for a while, do I randomly go, I know, I'm going to play Riven top lane? No. Pick accordingly. So I wanted to see Vision there, stop his base, get also the W, which is nice. Anytime that you can delay base timers, most of the time do it. So like I delayed his base timer there. I'm frantically trying to push it into the wave right now. And look, he misses a minion, he misses 2. If he got his base off first, he would get back to lane quicker, therefore delaying his base makes him miss more XP, makes him miss more farm. But yeah, be smart when you're autofilled. Don't have a crazy big ego of I'm autofilled mid, I'm gonna play Aurelion Soul. You know, don't do that. There are certain picks that in each role, all 5 have a few champions that I would say are a bit better inclined for autofilled or something like that. So Pantheon versus Yone should be very much Pantheon favored, at least in the early game. But as the game goes on, Yone obviously will start to take over that matchup. Malzahar, of all things, is roaming top. Now, I don't really agree with the roam. I did get a nice W on there that gets rid of his passive, which should help. But yeah, I don't think Malz should be roaming, but that is, again, that's the autofill nature of this jungler in mid. He's not a mid laner. He's playing Malz, one of the worst roaming mid laners in the game, especially pre-6. So that right there is just an example of just not doing the correct thing. So big play happening. Yes, that is both supports randomly turning up to mid lane at this stage of the game. It's a bit peculiar. We're going to extend the fight, see what we can do. Obviously, I always know Hecarims are so squishy. Double E into a double Q, double kill, thank you very much. Janna does kill my Lux because of this, but I decide, screw it, I'm going to flash over because I do have the confidence if I had landed that E, which I miss, I would have got the kill. So, unfortunately, I misplay it right at the end, but a nice double kill there. Weirdly, again, Hecarim, I don't think that champion's ever going to go away. Riot loves that champion a lot, and he's been very, very strong multiple times this year. Meanwhile, Janna is fighting me, which I don't know, is questionable, so I'm spacing really well, so that is spacing in a nutshell. Don't let her damage me back, get the perfect range, get the Q, get another kill on the Janna. So in essence, I did kill her, so I made up for my mistake of missing my E, and lo and behold, off next base, we are going to have 3 nice kills. Now, one thing, again, looking at these replays, I should have just done there. Maybe I should have cancelled my base and W'd for that cannon minion. I think I would have probably got it. Hecarim's dead again. But yeah, going back on the Hecarim point, he just won't go away. But the one thing I would say, and this is a stereotype incoming, Hecarim one-tricks, which there are millions of them nowadays, they are so cocky. And he is a stupidly squishy champion in the early game if you can stop him being on top of you. So if you can CC him, like there, Lux Q, Swain E, he's a really easy kill. His strength is being on top of people with his W, which gives him an unnecessary amount of healing. That's the problem. So if you can actually just CC him, take a fight on him. Obviously, when he gets level 6, it's a lot easier for a Hecarim to get on top of people because he gets his ultimate. But that's what I would say. In the early game, if you're a ranged champion with a bit of form of CC, if you've got a teammate nearby and you can chain CC a bit, don't be that scared of a Hecarim. He will get one shot or one comboed if you can just make sure he can't use his W on top of you. So as for the matchup, obviously with what's happened, a lot of confidence I've now got. So I'm looking to get that auto attack. I want this Malz to practically never have his passive available because the passive is safety. And I don't want this Malz to feel safe. I want him to always kind of go, oh, I shouldn't really go forward because I don't have my passive. So obviously you're going to look for some health. The problem with trying to proc a Malz, passive, you are going to take a bit of damage to the face. But it is worth knowing as well, just to talk about the matchup specifically. If I'm not mistaken, and again, this game was played a little while ago. Again, we are actually very ahead on content still. This is what I was actually about to talk about, hilariously in the wrong way. But yeah, he goes for an ultimate on me, and Pantheon's like, hello. So that's actually quite hilarious. So well done to the Pantheon there. So in essence, the Malzahar locked himself down. Yes, he can cancel it himself, but he chose not to. But I was about to speak about why did I pick Swain into a Malz? Because again, I'm pretty sure I knew I was against the Malzahar. So unfortunately, I didn't show it in that premise. But the natural way of a Swain, if you can press your ultimate preemptively to a Malzahar ult, so you know a Malz is about to ult you, if you can just quickly get off your ultimate as Swain, you are doing 2 things. You'll always be in range with your ultimate, obviously, if he's ulting you, because Malz ult is pretty short range. But it means you're going to be damaging a Malz, you'll be starting to stack your Conqueror, and you'll be healing a bit, all while you're getting CC'd by a Malzahar ult. That is a really big counter to Malz, because usually the strength of Malzahar is, you throw up Void on you, you stay still, you can't do anything. But a Swain, if you preemptively get your ultimate off, and that is the if, it's actually quite bad for a Malzahar to be in that situation. Especially like Malz's damage isn't the most impressive. and if you're doing quite well as Swain, you literally could be out damaging a Malzahar with just your ultimate as Swain. So he is ulting you and you're both locked in, but he's taking more damage than you. So that is why I picked this champ. So I go for a W long range. Unfortunately, I stopped the Yone moving, by the way, because if he went any more south, he was going to die from my W. But unfortunately, my VA went under the tower and he just died to the tower. So yeah, a little bit of an odd play to do. And also Pantheon just died. So I don't know, a bit of desperation play happening in top lane. And a Yone, of all things, you don't really want to have a free double kill 2v1 in top lane. So yeah, the confidence, I will say, upon that happening, did make, you know, my confidence in my top laner and maybe even my jungler a bit did go down, because that's not good. So it's worth knowing this matchup, obviously. I would give it the definite Swain advantage, even if it's not an autofill jungler, even if it was a main. I would give Swain an overall advantage in this matchup in terms of who can carry, etc. Malz can always farm well, and his poke is actually quite effective. Yeah, I would give, again, maybe people might look specifically about it. I imagine Malz's range is a bit higher than Swain's, but obviously Malz has got the dot that can go from minion to minion, and it's also an execute, so obviously his farm is a little bit easier. That was a very good quality of life change that they did for Malz. But where obviously Swain's strength lies is the absolute all-in. But you don't want to waste your all-in. Again, just to explain as well why Ghost and Flash. So Ghost is used on many champions nowadays, and I'm sure I'll move my camera. There you go. Ghost is used on many champions nowadays because the ultimate thing... Well, the game has got faster in many, many, many ways. And if you're not in range of somebody, you can't do damage to them. Unfortunately, it does seem Pantheon is being outscaled by now, and that's probably because of the early double kill he got. But yeah, in essence, if you can't get to them or whatever, and I go for the ultimate here, you're not going to be able to kill them. So Ghost basically enables, and this is, look at it. So again, even goes to the flash, but he had Leandri on him. He was being damaged. So that is a great example of the counter to Malz. Is normally when Malz would ult somebody and it goes stop, Swain does get stopped, sure, but you're going to take a lot of damage in return if I have my ultimate available. So a big play happening bot lane. We have stopped for the dragon, and I think we commit to it because I kind of looked at what was happening in bot lane going, they're dead. So you may as well just continue the dragon. I throw my E out in hopes to randomly latch the Hecarim, but voila. And it's good that that dragon happened. I don't think we would have got down in bot lane in time. Going to land the W, see what can happen. Do hit it. Don't think a kill's going to come of it, but why not? But after they did that play in bot lane, the enemy, they would have then gone to do dragon. So it is good that we took that away from them. Pantheon of all people, by the way, is ulting bot lane. So yes, they are looking for the Zeri. He does get it, and I get an assist, which is really nice. So obviously that is the natural thing that a lot of Pantheons do. Of, you know, they try to win the early game, and if they don't, and you know, eventually they will start to go roam. So I'm going to use my W to thin out the minion wave. But yeah, it's a little bit worrying that the Yone is obviously doing pretty damn good. You know, I know it is part of Pantheon's job to do that kind of play, but I don't know about you guys, but it does worry me a bit that it's like, oh god, my Pantheon's already roaming bot lane. Is it because he can't survive top anymore? And a lot of the time it is, but it's just the nature of the game. Late game champions, late game hyper carries, they're not weak in the early game anymore. They're just not. So I think if I was watching this replay, I ult preemptively, by the way. So again, the Hecarim was coming in. I flashed away from the Hecarim ult. And unfortunately, I'm healing. I'm doing well, but yeah, the dot was a little bit too much. So I had, obviously, the E of Malz on me and the Leandri. It was very close surviving that. Because if I didn't just die to the dot, I think I would have potentially killed the Hecarim as well. But that was close. So again, preemptive ultimate, do it before you can get CC'd. You know you're about to be all in by a Hecarim Malz. Just play it smart. So Pantheon has managed to get the Yone down to low health. Again, we are still relatively in mid to early game, so I would still expect a Pantheon to do good. He is, however, 2 levels down on the Yone already. That's quite bad. Yeah, so I think I might be looking for a W. I don't know what I'm actually doing. Yeah, I'm going to look for a W. So I stop his base. I'm hoping Pantheon can do something. He has been bushwooking it up for quite a while, and they do get the kill, so it worked. Again, that's where, like, I should have got an assist for that, because without me stopping his base, he wouldn't have died. Big play happening, though. So, Mal trying to get an ultimate off to the side. Big damage coming on. Pantheon's going to get a few kills. Viego's going to get some kills. Pantheon actually gets a triple kill. And that's the type of thing that can get a Pantheon back into the game, obviously. But yeah, very nice. I like my involvement. I like the decisions that I'm making at the moment because, you know, stopping the Yone did make that all happen. Zeri, though, stays in bot lane and kills bot lane tower really early. Again, Zeri, obviously, as by champion design, is not the most healthy. She has her issues. I'm thinking, you know, I'm 5-on-5. I'm thinking I can solo her. And here's the thing. I didn't actually know I could in most ways. She is 3 levels below me, but she's so fast. She has popped, I think, ultimate, maybe ghost as well. And you can see the spacing that she's doing is near perfect, but she mucks up just at the end. If she was a bit more patient, I'm going to be honest, I think I would have died. She just needed to stay away from me a little bit more. My ultimate would have run out, and I think I was going to die. But she ran out of patience. Patience is a skill within League that is so underrated and underestimated. Patience can change everything. Waiting out some things, waiting for your ultimate, waiting for your flash or your ghost, not going in that 5 seconds early. It makes the difference, and so many players just don't have that patience to wait it out. It is very fascinating, and I think part of it is obviously, especially, I would say that problem of patience has only gotten worse as the years go on in League because the game has got faster. League, if you're not new to, if you're new to the game, you won't know. It used to be a really slow-paced game, really slow. You know, most abilities, like there's a great example with Leona. Her E, I think nowadays is on a 6-second cooldown. You can find footage of Leona in the first couple seasons of League. It was a 12-second cooldown. It is literally half of what it used to be many years ago. And that is pretty much true across the board for League of Legends. The game is so much faster pace. And again, people, because the game is faster paced, I think people have lost patience. Because everyone expects everything to happen right now. People don't want to wait. And I think that is part of it. But yeah, so Zeri now mid lane, pop the W to see what happens. Get the slow. She tries to escape, but I land the E. Voila, thank you very much. Very nice kill, and that is just before dragon, so that's exactly the time you want to get the kill. Obviously, do use my big dragon rah-rah ultimate, so you could say the enemy team could look for a fight here, but it would very much, I think, need the Yone to do something, and he's unsurprisingly top lane. And yes, Yone is doing the stereotypical Kraken Slayer into Hull Breaker build. Very fun. But yeah, so we've popped Rift Herald. Presumably it was timing out. So we're now going to, I think, use Rift Herald mid. Pantheon unfortunately dies again. Not a whole lot he'll be able to do now. Viego goes for quite an aggressive play, it has to be said. I land my E. We get a bit of chain CC on the Hecarim. I'm going to try and run him down. I've decided to go for a different target, the Malzahar. And I land one thing, and I managed to get the E, and I managed to get the kill. Unfortunately, though, my team actually didn't kill the Hecarim. I left the Hecarim thinking, oh, they've got him. Nope, they actually didn't kill him. So I'm now vaguely looking for the Hecarim, thinking he'll be around here somewhere. And lo and behold, he's near our tier 2 in bot lane. I land the W, or tried to land the W. That stops his base. And I'm thinking, he's thinking, oh, Swain's based. He's coming from this way. But no, I'm here. So that was actually quite a sneaky W of making him not think where I am. I decide, yeah, screw it, let's go for the kill. Always good to kill the enemy jungler. And again, certain champions, let me know, question of this video, if you will. What champions in modern day games, when you're playing on average, would you like that example? Oh, I am going to use my flash and get that kill. There are some champions in my mind that are a little bit more, how do you say? The players that play them tilt pretty quickly and easy, so getting, you know, it sometimes it's mentally worth going, oh, I am going to use my flash to kill a Hecarim because I know the type of player that plays Hecarim, versus if that was an Orianna, well, then it wouldn't really matter. It's an Orianna player, they usually have pretty strong mentals. You know what I mean? Like, is Hecarim there for you? He's definitely one of the ones for me. 100% Hecarim. There's a few, obviously Katarina would probably be another one. But anyway, completing my second item, which is a Riley. Riley, does kind of, well, it's obviously a perfect item for Swain, in essence, what you want to do. So Ghost, we spoke about earlier, is to keep you faster in range to make sure you're maximizing your ult. So people can't get away from you, therefore you get to keep sucky and your ultimate stays up. Riley is doing the exact same thing, but the opposite. So it's slowing people so you can stay on top of them rather than you having to be faster. And obviously, if you combine the two, Riley and Ghost, yeah, people just can't get away from you. Like, that's the whole point. That's so strong. So yeah, Hullbreaker has been purchased by Yone. I know, obviously, I've spoken about this item so many times. I just detest the item. Like, I just can't hide it. I just think it is so unhealthy as a playstyle. And I just think it's not a skill-based playstyle, and that hurts, you know? We're all in a certain rank. We all want to do well. But being in the same game as Hullbreaker players who just do that playstyle every game, it just is annoying. Like, there's no other way that I can define it other than annoying. And I truly hope that it does not survive the item update, obviously coming in 2 months. But we'll see. Or 2 to 3 months. So we do a decent fight, and we go straight onto Baron. Why? Because the Hecarim, I guess, has tilted, which again is what I'm talking about. You know, I go for that flash kill on Hecarim. Why? Because Hecarim players tilt. They are known for it. He's bot lane split pushing as Hecarim jungle. That is why some champions and some mains and one tricks, for me, are a lot more higher priority in killing. You know? If there's a 50-50 on certain champions, I'll always kind of veer into going for certain ones. And I think, oh, close. And I think that's just smart. That's just using your own knowledge of how the game is and what people react like. And it's not true for everyone. I'm sure there'll be a lovely Hecarim one trick that exists. Going off just probability and percentages and personal experience, the average Hecarim main isn't mentally that strong. And that's kind of part of the strength of focusing them. So I go for an early Ghost, mainly to do 2 things: get the Ghost off and also get the Riley proc. Weirdly, I swear the Hecarim knew we were coming, but he does kind of let me get to them. So I don't know if he did that on purpose. You could argue he did, you know, but we end up killing the Mals. Obviously, Yone's going to be permanently top lane. That's all he wants to do this game. So what I've decided, and I think I get pinged away here maybe, is Pantheon cannot stop this Yone. In reality, without Hullbreaker, like, Hullbreaker makes this Yone so much stronger. I decide I am going to alleviate some pressure from pushing forward, which you could say is bad, but we need to kill the Yone. Like, that's how, in essence, how you beat these non-stop, just stupid split push playstyle, is you just focus them. It's that simple. And obviously that can be a negative if the enemy team is smart. Hey, look, there's 2 people going for our Yone. Let's do something else. But that's how you beat them. And unfortunately, we don't... It's a 1-for-1 trade, so that's not the best because there was 2 of us, but I didn't have ultimate or anything. So it was quite hard to do, but it's still okay. We did get the dragon, so overall it's worked well. You know, you can see the Pantheon is pinging Hullbreaker too, because that is pretty much all the strength that this Yone's got, is that item. It's so frustrating. So, you know, you could like say, and this is a funny thing, should Pantheon buy a Hullbreaker? He could. Again, he synergizes awfully with the item, but he could, because it just makes Yone so much stronger, so maybe that would make Pantheon just match it a bit, even though it doesn't synergize nowhere near as well. So we go for a play. I don't know why the Zeri, she was going for a hard engage on the Severe. Maybe she thought she was alone. But we managed to get both of them. That's going to open up this part of the base. And by the way, it's always really good, again, how to counter the split push, blah, blah, blah. Notice that when we stopped the Yone, we continued going top lane, and we've gotten in the inhib of what the Yone wants. The Yone has not moved from top lane this entire game, and now his top lane inhib is dead. So he's going to still probably continuously try to go top lane and push, unless he's going to give it up. And he's now going to have super minions fighting against him. It's going to slow him down. So again, that's another thing you can do against Hullbreaker lanes, is actually focus the Hullbreaker lane. And obviously some people are like, oh, the Yone might swap to bot lane, etc. They might, but 9 times out of 10, the Hullbreaker person, you rarely see them go away from top. Like, they are super glued to top lane. So you can see the Yone now, which is, I do find, by the way, hilarious, is grouping a bit. He's probably worked out, oh god, we're losing the game, I need to help my team. And the funny thing is, his build is not the best for helping his team. His build is all for split pushing. So it's where maybe focusing on actually how the grand game is going would be better. But hard engage onto the Zeri, very nice. So that's well played by my team. And again, I've got a decent amount of gold, but it's worth saying another big thing of League that I see very common, and I am subject to this. Yes, I've got 2,500 gold roughly at the moment, and I could have based before that going, oh, I've got a lot of gold, I can go get demonic. Don't base when you don't technically have to. If you've got the momentum and you're pretty confident, you've got your team with you, nice kill by Pantheon, make sure you're applying that constant pressure, because you could be missing objectives, you could be missing extra gold in the long run by having to base more often, and pressure is always a good thing. So the enemy team surrender, very nice game. So yeah, we ended up 10-1-10, high involvement, didn't die. So overall, very nice. Again, I do really like the Swain matchup into Malz. I also am going to position my camera not in the top right, because you guys can see a little picture of Miss Maya there. I use different pictures when I'm not on camera, because again, this was recorded in a no mic, no cam stream, and hopefully you guys enjoy that. So this account nearly promoted to Diamond 3. I will say, obviously, it's been a bit up and down in terms of rating at the moment with how I've been ill and all that stuff. I'm looking to start tryharding again, realistically, next Monday. I'm going to play ranked tomorrow. I'm going to play ranked Friday. But I'm realistically looking to come with a really fresh mentality, mindset, etc. starting on, like, Monday, which I don't know when that will be. Monday the... what would it be? Monday the 16th is when I'm going to be, like, tryhard time. But anyway, that's going to be it. If you guys did enjoy, do throw a like on it, throw a comment, throw a subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.
Call down the reckoning to bring back hope and peace. Restore our glory to live forever. Bring down the dark regime.